we have Ayomide, Kemi, and Bamzi. Please celebrate them. Ayomide, Kemi, and Bamzi. Please celebrate them. You just have your seats here. Now for Team Vanguard, we have AG, Damsel, and Divine. Please celebrate them. AG, Damsel, and Divine. Please celebrate them. All right. All right. Now, please, very, very important. Oh, OT to OT. All right. All right. Can you all hear me? I'm going to say the rules of the game. Please, if I tell you to do something and you go against it, you would lose points. Team Vanguard already has lost 2 points from this competition because I asked them to stop clapping and they kept on clapping. Thank you very much. I will not repeat myself again. It's very, very simple. If you go against instruction, you lose points. So if these guys are battling with 10 points, you're fighting for what? 8 points. That's the maximum you can get, even if your speech is the best of the competition. Do you understand? All right. Now, I'm going to go over the rules of the events, right? Now, like I said, Project Influence is meant to shape your problem-solving skill. That is the essence of this activity. Now, you already have your dossiers with you. You are given the problem to solve. When you come up on stage, 2 people are going to come up on stage to come and give us the solution to the challenge that was given to you in your booklet. 2 people. Now, the 2 people will make their presentation, and both of you have a total time of 10 minutes. Both of you have a total time of what? Of 10 minutes. If you exceed the time, for example, if you stop the moment your time stops, even if you are not done, you will save your points. If you continue talking, once you hear time up, you will lose some points. Are we clear? Are we clear? Contestants, are we clear? All right. Now, the third person, now immediately you finish your presentation, for example, if Team Anchor, people should switch seats, please, so it doesn't confuse me. Catalyst, right? All right. Please switch seats, please. Yes, both of you. All right, thank you very much. So, when Team Anchor presents, when the both of them present, after their presentation, remember, the last thing on your manual says that what, during the course of the competition, a plot twist will be what? Will be initiated. So when you finish solving the problem, I'm going to give you a plot twist relating to your problem, and you have to come up with a solution on the spot. Do you understand that? That is what the plot twist is. And remember, the plot twist carries more points. So I advise that you put your best speaker to take the plot twist session. Now, the first 2 people will take the presentation. After the presentation, I will read out the plot twist to them. I'm going to read it out twice, and you have to take note of it. I'm going to read it out twice. Please, please also note that the moment you're done with your presentation, you must submit your phones to your team members before the plot twist is read out to you. Please note, you must submit your phones to your team members after your presentation before the plot twist is read out to you. Very, very important, so that you are able to think amongst yourself without the use of AI. Are we clear? Are we clear? Very easy, right? So, like I said, the first 2 people goes up, they have a total of 10 minutes, and both of them must speak. If only one person speaks for 10 minutes, you also lose points. If only one person speaks for 10 minutes, you also lose points. Both of you must speak. So I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know how you're going to share your time, but both of you must speak. I advise that you also set a timer on your phone, since you're making use of your phones to do your presentation, so that you can be following up with the time yourself. Right? That is my advice to you. In fact, I should not have said that, but anyways, that's my advice to you. So, please, like I said, both of you must talk. And after talking, you submit your phone, and then I read out the plot twist to the team. Then the next team comes up. So, I read out your plot twist to you, you deliberate on it while you are seated. Then the next thing comes up, just Jao presentation. I read a Jao plot twist to them, they come and sit. Then the third team goes up, Jao presentation. I read a Jao plot twist to them, then they come and sit. And the fourth team goes up for the presentation, then I read a Jao plot twist to them, and they come and sit. Then come out to the first team to come and what? Give a response to what? To the plot that was introduced into the activity. Do we all understand? Very easy, right? Now you're going to start off with telling us what problem you are meant to solve. Now, your time will not start until you are done with telling us your problem. But you have 2 minutes to tell us the problem you are meant to solve and 10 minutes to tell us the solution. You understand? I'll give you 2 minutes so that because everyone has different things that they are solving. So we want other teams to be carried along with your presentation. So tell us what you are meant to solve within 2 minutes, then you have 10 minutes to make your presentation. Are we clear? All right. Remember what I said. 2 minutes for your problem, challenge, and 10 minutes for what? Activity, which will be a total of what? Of 12 minutes. We will not tell you when the 2 minutes is up. So if you continue telling us your problem and enter into your presentation time, that is your cup of tea. So we're going to give it a total of 12 minutes. 2 minutes is meant to tell us what problem you are meant to solve. If you don't tell us the problem, you also lose points. Please note that. You must start out with telling us what problem you are meant to solve. Then you give us what a solution to the problem. Do we all understand? Do we all understand? Contestants, listen to the rules. You might know an exam and still fail it because you do not listen to instructions. All right. Are we clear? Are we ready? Contestants, are we ready? Why are we scared? It's not difficult now. All right. So let's make welcome Team Anchor for their presentation. Please celebrate them. Hold on. Are you ready? All right. Now your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone.
So sorry, so sorry. Hold on a bit. I think your mic is breaking. Let's give you a change of mic so that there's no
Your
breaking
time has been
transmission.
paused.
Your time has been paused. Don't worry.
The system focuses heavily on what a person has done rather than whether the person has changed. An example whereby is you've done something 16 years ago and you are 30 now, and someone seeing and you seeing the image what you've done what you've done for about 10 years ago, the feeling of seeing it again, that's what it caused, the damage it caused to the mental health. Thank you.
So Simanko has proposed a solution and brought out a new justice system called Anchor. Anchor stands for accountability, new beginning, compassion, human dignity, opportunity for restoration, and responsibility. Now, let me move on to the 5 principles of Anchor system. 1, truth. Before anybody is judged, the truth of the matter has to be has to be has to be settled. Every Every action made by a person cannot be judged by an autonomous system. So the truth of the matter has to be settled before judgments can be passed on any wrongdoing. Second is accountability. Any offender will be held responsible for whatever crime they have made. Forgiveness is not forgetting wrongdoings. Third is proportional justice. Proportional justice. This is such that whatever offense an offender has made would be given a punishment that suits it, not a punishment that is greater than the crime committed. A punishment for a minor wrongdoing would not be equal to the punishment for a more heinous crime. Now, the fourth one is restoration. Where possible, offenders will be given a chance, or offenders will be given support to make corrections to whatever wrongdoings they might have made. And the last one is redemption. Offenders will be given a chance to move forward, given a chance to change, to move forward on their life without looking back on their past or without having been judged by people continuously on their previous acts. Now, I'll move to how glass should be reformed, because we are not destroying the whole glass system. We are just taking the important bits out of it. We are utilizing that, and the ones that are not important, we are scrapping that. Now, let me tell you how glass should be reformed. First is limitation of surveillance. Cameras and monitoring systems should not be placed in every corner. They should only be placed in areas that are needed, that we need public safety. Second is to create a right to forget. A right to forget in what sense? That means every wrongdoing someone has made and has been accountable for it or has taken responsibility for it, we should be given a chance to forget those things. Probably seal the actions in a closed file or just delete the actions. Now, the third one is introduction of human review. Like I said earlier, autonomous systems should not be given the full capability to judge human actions. Well-trained humans should be brought to the table to judge these situations. Fourth is protection of private information. Nobody should be able to access these information. Only legal authorities and government officials. Another one is creating an appeal system. There should be a system whereby someone can go and challenge the evidences being made against him. Last one is introductions of grace period. For offenses that are minor, there should be an introduction of a period whereby the person can make these corrections before getting severe punishment. Now, we are proposing 3 levels of justice. One is restoration, and this justice is for minor offenses, mainly to correct behavior. Something like community service, warning, and apology. Second is accountability. This is for people who have offended more or a crime that is more serious, and this is a formal punishment. It can be like compensation for the crime. This is a case whereby the offender has made a very heinous crime and should be receive what she has done to protect the victim. Now, what happens to the victim? Because the victim are not left in this our justice system. The victims will also be protected. They receive justice, they receive protection, they receive counseling for those that need it, and they receive opportunities to speak about what has happened to them. Now, how do we tie this to Christian views? As Christians, we believe justice and grace should work together. Although we do not expect wrongdoings to be completely scrapped, but we believe that when someone has changed or when someone has made corrections to whatever wrongdoing they have done, they should be given the grace to move forward. We believe in truth without cruelty. We believe in justice without revenge. We believe in accountability without humiliation. We believe in forgiveness without ignoring wrongdoing. We believe in freedom with responsibility. Hebrews 6:19 describes hope as an anchor that is firm and secure. That fits our team's identity, and because Team Anchor represents stability, safety, and support. Now, our final position is that glass is not to be destroyed, but to be reformed. Important parts of glass should still be kept in the new reformed Anchor justice system. Our new system will be built around truth, accountability, justice, freedom, dignity, restoration, and grace. I hope I've been able to tell you how glass system can be corrected in our days.
All right, give it up for Team Anchor. Thank you very much. You can come and have your seats. Please celebrate them once again. Come and collect your phones. Come and collect your phone. Their phones, come and collect. Alright. So I'm going to be reading your plot twist to you. Now, I want you to pay massive attention because you do not have it. Now, breaking news. Anonymous hackers have released private files exposing secret sins, hidden conversations, and moral failures belonging to several respected Christian leaders worldwide. Society began mocking Christianity publicly. Many youths now say Christians preach holiness but are just better at hiding it. New requirements. Explain how Christians should handle exposed hypocrisy, mitigate the negative influence of this news on the society, how truth and mercy can coexist, and how to address the issue with the leaders, and whether grace should speak for them. I come again from the breaking news. Anonymous hackers have released private files exposing secret sins, hidden conversations, and moral failures belonging to several respected Christian leaders worldwide. Society begins mocking Christianity publicly. Many youths now say Christians preach holiness, but are just better at hiding it. New requirements. Explain how Christians should handle exposed hypocrisy, mitigate the negative influence of this news on the society, how truth and mercy can coexist, and how to address the issue with the leaders, and if grace should speak for them. So deliberate on that till it's your turn to speak again. Thank you very much. Once again, please celebrate Team Anchor. All right, so please let me just say this. When you are holding the mic, very, very careful, because the reason your mic was going off, that you were pressing the on and off button. So when it goes off, when you turn it on again, it takes a while for it to come up. That is why you were having breaks in the mic. So please just hold the mic well so that it doesn't go off and go on. Team Beacon, are you ready? All right. With a clap innovation, let's make welcome Team Beacon for their presentation. Celebrate them. Don't start until you are told to start.
Good day, everyone.
I didn't ask you to start, ma. I said don't start until you are told to start. Are you ready, sir? All right, you can start.
My name is Juba Temilade.
Please take the mic closer to your mouth. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Temilade, and I'm here to defend faith under pressure and the crisis happening currently at Apex University. Apex University has become a highly pressurized. Apex University has become a highly pressurized, secular and restricted environment where Christian gatherings are actually restricted, where Christians are not allowed to preach the gospel, where Christians are not allowed to preach what is going on. And however, the restriction of public fellowship is not the entire problem. It is the triggers that expose a deeper student well-being crisis. Students are increasingly dealing with one, academics pressure, two, burnout, anxiety, loneliness, loss of faith and community, and lastly, emotional exhaustion. The deeper issue is that students are carrying enormous academic, emotional, and spiritual pressure while becoming increasingly isolated. Therefore, if only through the visible symptoms be treated, public fellowship, the underlying cycle continues. For more instincts and solutions, I'd like to pass on to Leonard.
Um, Good evening, everyone. My name is Leonard, and I'll be sharing the solution to the crisis happening at IPX University. So, our proposed solution is a decentralized student support system called the Beacon Network. The Beacon Network combines faith plus mental health, peer support, academic support, and professional referral. The key word here is decentralized because large public fellowship may be restricted students should not have depend on one large gathering to receive community and support. Instead, we transform. So how does this beacon network works? We have beacon cycles. Beacon cycles are small groups, approximately 4 to 8 students. Each cycle has a trained peer leader who facilitates in regular check-ins, emotional support, academic accountability, peer connection, healthy conversation, referral when a situation goes beyond peer support. The purpose is not to recreate a church service group. The purpose is to create a safe support network where students can say, I'm struggling and someone will notice. The second solution will be the Beacon companions. Beacon companions are trained student peer supporters. They are selected based on qualities such as empathy, good communication, emotional maturity, and willingness to help others. They are trained to recognize warnings such as extreme withdrawal, student academic decline, substance misuse, expression of hopelessness, severe emotional distress, and however, there is an important boundary. A peer supporter is not a therapist. Their responsibility is to notice, listen, support, and refer. Lastly, the Beacon study hubs. Mental health challenges cannot be completely separated from academic pressure. Therefore, the Beacon network also address academic stress. Beacon study hubs are peer-based study groups where students can stay together and study together, help students who are struggling academically, share academic resources, create accountability, encourage healthy study habits, and encourage adequate rest and sleep. Here is the interesting part. We don't remove excellency. We remove unhealthy isolation and competition. The goal is to create an environment where students can pursue academic excellence without feeling and they have to struggle alone. Our philosophy why we brought the Beacon Network digitalization is that no student should suffer alone. We are not trying to replace university. We are not trying to replace a therapist. We are not trying to recreate one large service church. Because the problem is not simply that students have lost access to public fellowship. The deeper problem is that students are becoming isolated while carrying academic, emotional, and spiritual pressure. Therefore, our solution does not treat only the symptom. We address the whole student faith, mental health, community, academics, and professional support. Thank you.
Team Beacon, please celebrate your team. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. Now, your plot is going to be read out to you. Oh, sorry. Team Beacon, right? Please help me collect your phones. Thank you very much. Please move fast, 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 fast. Thank you. The plot is to be read out, like I said, twice. Pay maximum attention when it's being read out, please. All right. Thank you so much for that. Team Catalyst, are you ready? Team Catalyst, are you ready? All right. Please, with a clapping ovation, let's make welcome Team Catalyst to the stage. Do not start until I ask you to start. Do not start until I ask you to start. Are we ready? Your time starts now.
Good morning, good evening, everyone. My name is Ayomide. I'm from Team Catalyst.
Please make your voice audible. We can't hear you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ayomide. I'm representing Team Catalyst. Ebenezer Valley is a community filled with young people who have dreams, talent, potential, but few opportunities to turn those dreams into reality. With youth empowerment above 70%, many people are left without jobs, skills, sustainable source of income. As a result, some are turning to betting, internet fraud, cult groups, and harmful alternatives simply to survive. Therefore, the major problem facing Ebenezer is not lack of potential, but lack of sustainable economic opportunities for young people.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kemi, and I'm going to be creating solution to the problem she listed to you. Our solution is called the Ebenezer Renewal Hub. Catalyst Ventures will establish a physical and digital enterprise hub on the land provided by the community. The hub will have 4 intercontinental departments, which is, firstly, Catalyst Farm. The agricultural arm will focus on crops and food products that we have reliable local demand. Our possible activities include vegetative production, cassava and maize production. Then our second is the Catalyst Digital Lab. This second arm will prepare young people for both local and remote employment, which is the training areas include graphic design, video editing, AI productions, and virtual assistances. The hub can become a service agency, allowing trained young people to work on real projects for businesses, churches, works, and school organizations. This changed the mindset from where can I find a job to what valuable problem can I solve. Thirdly is the creative studio. Young people who are naturally creative will have a plan to turn their creativity into legitimate income. The studio can provide photography, videography, graphic design, and all. So instead of telling young people to stop consuming harmful stuffs online, we give them a reason to become creators of valuable content. We don't only fight bad influence, we create better influence. And lastly, which is the Catalyst apprenticeship system, training without exercise is incomplete. Every participant will move through 3 stages, which is the first stage is learn. Participants will receive practical training, hard training. Stage 2 is work. Participants will work on real projects and serve real customers. Then the third and last stage is build. Participants are engaged to start their own legitimate business or become leaders with Catalyst Ventures. So we go with this we go with this creative circle, which is train, work, earn, serve, invest, and employ others. Thank you.
Now, why this model can be profitable is because of our strategy is based on multiple income streams. If agriculture experiences difficult season, digital services can continue. If demand is slows, physical products can continue generating income. If the local market is small, digital services can reach customers beyond Ebenezer Valley. This creates more resilient enterprise. Now our goal is very simple. Build something that doesn't just survive but the economy, but helps rebuild the community because young people have something meaningful to build and they no longer find a way to survive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please celebrate Team Catalyst. Celebrate Team Catalyst. Catalyst, clap for your team members now. Please help me collect their phones. All right, thank you very. Please collect your phones. Thank you very much. All right, now for your plot twist. I like this one very well. Breaking news. Yes, I've collected your phones. All right. Breaking news. A government zoning official, has just visited your site in Ebenezer Valley. He claims that your paperwork is incomplete and threatens to shut down your entire project and confiscate your land unless you pay a massive bribe under the table. If you refuse, the project dies and the youths remain unemployed. If you pay, you violate your Christian ethics. You have 15 minutes to alter your pitch to explain your exact response to this corruption and alternative survival strategy. New requirements. Present a concrete legal and diplomatic strategy to bypass or expose the corrupt official without putting the camp or the project in immediate physical danger. What is plan B if the official carries out his threat of what? Shutting down the project? If this challenge causes your project to stall, how do you handle the youth who are desperate for a job? Back your entire survival strategy with a clear, contextual, scriptural precedent. I come again. Breaking news. A government zoning official has just visited your site in the Ebenezer Valley. He claims that your paperwork is incomplete and threatens to shut down your entire project and confiscate your land unless you pay a massive bribe under the table. If you refuse, the project dies and the youth remain unemployed. If you pay, you violate your Christian ethics. You have 15 minutes to alter your pitch to explain your exact response to this corruption and your alternative survival strategy. New requirements. Provide a concrete, legal, or diplomatic strategy to bypass or expose the corrupt official without putting the camp or the project in immediate physical danger. What is plan B if the official carries out his threats? If this challenge causes the project to stall, how do you handle the youth who are desperate for a job? Back your entire survival strategy with a clear, contextual, scriptural precedent. Thank you very much. Team Vanguard, are you ready for me? Please, with a clapping ovation, let's make welcome Team Vanguard for their presentation. Do not start until I ask you to start. Please stay in the middle. All right, thank you very much. Your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. My panel of judges, my co-debaters. My name is Daniel Divine, and I'm the first guest speaker for this. But we're speaking on the generation losing its identity. So I would like to introduce my second speaker.
Good evening, all protocols observed. My name is Goodness.
We are representing the team Vanguard. Firstly, I would love to talk about the generation losing its identity. Firstly, it's in the year 2032. The world has not ended, but something in humanity collapsed. Teenagers, youths are now focused on their screen every day of their lives. They follow trends, feeds, lifestyle of other persons, and forgot their purpose, their family, their tradition, their culture, and their values. But many Christian youths are even in most situations, even worse than this, whereby in the morning they'll praise God, in the afternoon they are going back to their addiction of drugs and abuses. On Tuesday, they'll go up online to preach the word of God, go offline and struggling. They crave hunger for God, but at the back, they don't want to work towards it. But yet, churches are still preaching, but many youths are not listening. And we don't need to make them stay away from social media, but to convince them that you can make good use of social media. Our mission here is not to comfort, but to rescue, to pull a generation out of digital drowning before they forget how to breathe again. Here are my strategies. My strategies are rooted responsibility and representing Christ. The goal is to help young people recover their identity, their positions, their purpose, and develop healthy digital habits. Firstly, restore your identity. We teach young people their values, their purpose, their identity in Christ, organize Bible studies, mentorship programs, discussions about values, cultures, and personal purpose. Teaching digital healthy living. Educate youth on responsible social media use, screen time balance, privacy, and digital discipline. Encourage them to follow content that builds their faith, their characters, knowledge, and mental well-being. Also combat online corruption, where we have cyberbullying, insult, harassment online, and we help to influence online by bringing out positive things, talking to youth and the teenagers about the things that relate to Christ. We create space safe where they will discuss online meetings, their values, their challenges without being fear of judgment or being ashamed to open up to. We stand boldly for Christ online, where youth can communicate to other young members through their creative acts. Encourage them for their testimony, share scriptures, helpful messages that can help somebody feeling down or depressed. Because depression is not now hidden, it's now open, and yet people are smiling towards it. To use our influence positively by use your platform to educate people, encourage people, inspire people, and serve positive values. Develop youth projects, podcasts, community development, and celebrate young people who use their influence to make a meaningful difference. And now, this is how my heart comes to this. A generation that knows who they are, understand their purpose, practice healthy digital habits, reject negativities or harassment, and confidently use their technology and social media to represent Christ and positively impact others for the nearest future and now. Thank you.
All right. So I will just address why social media has become addictive, why youth seeks validation online, how Christians should influence digital culture, how to balance relevance and righteousness, and what practical systems should be introduced. So that is what I'm here to do this evening. So why social media has become addictive? We cannot deny the fact that social media has become a source of entertainment for all of us. It has become a source of entertainment, escape, belonging, emotional stimulation without boundaries. And it is very, very difficult to let go of these things, knowing what you are getting from it, the entertainment, the enjoyment, the vibes, everything. It is very, very difficult to let go of this, knowing fully well what you are getting from it. Why youth seeks validation online? Now, the reason why youth seeks validation online is because social media has created constant opportunities for comparisons. When someone receives attention, they feel accepted. So because of this, we tend to do it for the attention. And we should know that there is identity before validation. You should know who you are before you seek validation. And this can only happen when you know your place in God. Your audience should not be focused on the audience, but you should focus on who you are in Christ. And how Christians should influence digital culture. One thing I would like us to understand is that as Christians, we are light of the world. And as light, there are some things that we should not be doing. When we are light, we are meant to be like Christ. And with that, we should be able to influence our digital world positively. And how do we do that? By creating impactful content. You can share words of encouragement. You can share the word of God. These are the ways you can use social media for God. Balancing relevance and righteousness. Now, these are the questions you should ask yourself before making a post on social media. You should ask yourself, is this content helpful? Does this content honor God? Would it be comfortable will I be comfortable presenting this on social media? Now, when you ask yourself these questions, I believe we will tend to get we'll find the answers within us. We'll find the answers within us on how to make digital content online. And the last step, which is practical systems that should be introduced. First one here is content creation training. Like I said earlier, whatever content you try to put out there should be impactful. Whatever content that does not impact, I don't think you should be there. As Christians, we shouldn't put out content that will not please God. Even if it does not really do a lot. It might not get a lot of views, likes, and comments, but you know the reason why you are doing that. And secondly, purpose and identity mentorship. You need to know who you are. Thank you.
So our core message here is that in this generation or the next generation, we should not abstain digital culture away. We should instead motivate youth and teenagers to transform it in the way of Christ and work to improve others also. Thank you so much.
Please celebrate Team Vanguard. All right, now for your plot twist. Please pay maximum attention. Please collect your phones. Thank you very much. Pay maximum attention, please, for your plot twist. Now, go ahead, please. All right, all right. So now for the plot twist, remember that the plot twist carries more points, and whoever is doing the plot twist has to be the third person who has not spoken at all. Now for the plot twist, you have a total of 3 minutes each. You have 3 minutes each. You have 3 minutes each. So team anchor, timer, Oga timer, are you ready for me? 3 minutes, sir. All right, Team Anchor. Please celebrate Team Anchor as she goes to the altar. Please remember, if your speech does not address your plot twist, you get 0. Okay. So, do not start until I ask you to start. Please stay in the middle, ma. The middle. The middle, ma. The middle, ma. Okay, yes. Thank you, ma. All right. Your time starts now. Turn it on. Please pause the time. Good day. Please celebrate her. Please celebrate her, celebrate her, celebrate her. Thank you very much for that. All right, so Team Beacon, are you ready for me? All right. Please celebrate your team member. Beacon. Do not start until I ask you to start.
Hello.
Do not. All right, your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Oshindara, and I'm going to be presenting the plot twist. So, pertaining to what we were given, I'm going to explain how we are going to advocate for the people for the vulnerable students who are held under the same captivity of what was done. Well, there's technology nowadays. There's technology, and we can use it as an advantage to ourselves. Like now, there's always social media. There's WhatsApp calls. We can call those people that were already in danger. They were already giving a warning signs because of what they got involved with. Like we can call them, talk to them, give them hope, still give them assurance that they still have a purpose to do. They still have a purpose in. As a Christian, you see how the Bible says going into the world, preach the gospel to all men. So as a Christian, you have a purpose. So those people that were, because devil is a liar, those people that were warned because of a selfish person who went to go and report them, you call them, you speak to them, you preach the gospel, you memorize Bible verses with them, you give them hope. You still show them that faith still matters. That faith under pressure is just more like a test of their faith. So that's that about that. So the person who went to go and report because of his own selfish desires, of course, Christians have feelings. They want to do something back. But you also call that person as a Christian. As a Christian, you call that person. You talk to the person. You don't. What made that person do it was fear. Fear is a very bad thing. What made that person do what he did? Normally, he's not going to do it intentionally. What made him do it was fear. You talk to him. You give him hope. You show him that, no, you are not, you are human. We are human. We are not God. So, we are meant to, our feelings, we just act, we abide by them. So, we talk to them, encourage them, give them hope that, no, you are not bad. You are not a bad person. Feelings made you do that. So such people, if we don't look at you, that brings in influence. You influence their life positively. You influence communities. You influence systems. You see, show that, yes, you can lead by example. You are a Christian person. So, and you are still even young. A university student, you are still very young. You influence them positively, and they will be like, yes, this is somebody. So when somebody sees your character, they will want to copy you. That brings in our team for this year PTYC. Influence. You influence their life. You influence their way of living. You influence the society. You influence people. You influence communities. You influence systems. You influence laws. You even influence the authorities. So I hope with this little point of mine, I'm able to convince you that we are good.
Please celebrate her, Team Beacon. Now, Team Catalyst. Team Catalyst. Please celebrate him. Yeah, we are good. Do not start or say I ask you to start. All right, Team Catalyst, your time starts now.
Hello everyone, I'm Bamsi from Team Catalyst. So our puzzle thus. Breaking news, a government official visited our site in Ebenezer Valley and claimed to shorten the entire project and cancel our land unless we pay a massive price. And if we refuse to pay the price, the project dies, and if we pay, we violate our Christian ethic. So the project dies if we refuse to pay the price and the youth gets unemployed. So the first question is, we should create a diplomatic strategy. Our diplomatic strategy is to liaise
and convince the youth on our interest in them getting a job, and we will seek help from them to plead with the government for a peaceful protest so that our land can be and our sites can be given back to us. Number two, our plan. The question is we should create a plan B. The plan B is to start again with a small business and a backup with our backup capital on the interest of the unemployed youth. Number three is to how are we going to handle the youths who are in desperate for a job? With our plan B, when we start a new business with the small capital we have, that way the unemployed youth can literally get a job. And for the fourth question, he said we should back it up with a clear scriptural precedent. I will use Proverbs 22, verse 29. And it says, Seest thou a man diligent in his work, he shall stand before kings and not mere men. Thank you.
Please celebrate him. Please celebrate him. Team Vanguard. Team Vanguard, celebrate your team member as she walks up to the stage. Do not start until I ask you to start. Do not start until I ask you to start. All right. Your time starts now.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Damsel, and I'm here to concerning the issues that was given to us, the Team Vanguard. The number one issue is whether council people deserve restoration. And I would say that most of our Christian leaders today had rough paths before they were called as pastors or ministers. And so, as a Christian who because they had rough paths and they choose to submit to discipline and accept the fact that they were wrong and God called them, so with that they deserve a restoration, because most of our Christian leaders today most of them, their past are not, their past are rough. Most Christians, 80% of our Christian leaders today had rough paths. And so because they have chosen to answer the call of God and submit their soul and chosen to follow God, I think they should be restored. There should be restoration in their life. The next one is how do Christians should respond public mistake? How Christians should respond to public mistake? Firstly, as a Christian, you need to accept the fact that, yes, I did it. Admit your mistake. And secondly, you ask for forgiveness. Then thirdly, you go on, you ask for forgiveness to your God, like ask God for forgiveness for this mistake, especially when it is broad. Then the next thing you do is go online, address the issue online, and tally it to a Bible passage. The next one, how influencers can survey slander. We should be conscious of the things we put out there, character-wise, moral-wise, and every other aspect of our lives. As Christians, we should know and we should be observant. We shouldn't just put ourselves out there. Like some people say, once it comes to dressing, some Christians say church is in their hearts and not in their body. You can't tell me you are carrying the body of Christ